Hi everyone.
Come wrong way.
It's gone. Okay. So I'm Skirmantas. I'm co-founder of dAppRadar, and I started following the dApp space 1 year ago. Well, it's year one, but I started 1 year ago. I'm working daily with dApp since then, and you may ask, what is dAppRadar? I see lots of faces here who already know what dAppRadar is, I'm pretty sure. But dAppRadar is a de facto reference point for dApps, and we analyze and distribute dApps. We were the first platform that ranked dApps based on their activity on the blockchain, and we have listed more than 1,600 dApps right now. We like to say that we are a mix of App Annie and App Store. That means that we are both providing analytics and distribution. Right now we support Ethereum, EOS, and Tron blockchains, and therefore all the data you see here in this presentation is based on these three protocols. In short, what I'm going to talk about is dApps industry overview, what happened over the year, some big numbers, some charts, waves in the industry, and what wave we are currently riding, and then blockchain games, what we all are here for, games and gambling comparison, and what's next. So to start with, some big numbers. As you see, transacted to dApps, 8.2 billion of USD. That is not revenues, but that is volume, transaction volume to dApps. Over 1 million of wallets were interacting with dApps over the last year. More than 1,600 dApps were deployed. And one interesting thing, you can see the number of transactions. So in the first half, we just had 12 million of transactions made to decentralized applications. But in the second half, it's 220 million. So that's like 20 times more. And it's exciting. Why it is exciting? Because as you can see in this chart, we compare volume and transactions here. In the very beginning of the year, so we have like two halves of the year here. In the first half, we had lots of volume, but low amount of transactions. And that means basically poor user experience, and just crypto-savvy people were using these dApps. In the second half, we can see that transaction volumes started with being pretty low, but then we got EOS, then we got Tron. These blockchains allowed us to have better user experience, and that means more transactions, faster block times, better user experience, and eventually more volumes. Talking about number of dApps, we started slowly. Now it's getting better and better. Number of dApps doubled in the last 4 months, so there is growth, definitely. Lately, we are having up to 250 dApps per month, and we see it growing. About number of users, you can see at the end of the year, we had a pretty big spike, and that is mostly driven by gambling. We gotta be clear. Yeah, let's talk about the waves in the industry, and that's pretty exciting. So it was just 1 year, and we had 4 waves. 2 waves happened at once in the very beginning of the year. That was what we call CryptoKitties wave. Basically, it was not just CryptoKitties, it was also all the other copycat dApps, some collectible-like games. They brought us many millions of volume, but there was also market was crashing and prices were going down, so there was massive volumes on decentralized exchanges. Everyone was panicking, selling tokens. And then it went quite far down till April, May, where we saw the third wave, what we call Ponzi schemes wave. You may know proof of weak hands and similar kind of dApps. They were making lots of money, as you can see, and but people are not stupid. They forgot them, and we just saw the last wave, which is probably here to stay. So that's gambling. And like 3-4 months ago, we saw emerging gambling dApps, and they are now generating billions of volume in this market and attracting massive amounts of users. And finally, the thing we are all here for, blockchain games. So as you can see in the first half, there was that CryptoKitties-like fashion. We were all building CryptoKitty-like games, collectible games, and there was low amount of transactions, but pretty big amount of volume. And it all changed in the second half. Now we are having considerably better games with better user experience, but the transaction volume is pretty low. we will see where it goes. Talking about the number of games, once again, in the beginning of the year, these not really quality games, they were easy to build. There were lots of them. Now we see less of them per month, but number of users is just growing. So as you can see, in the middle of the year, we had reached the bottom, and now in the second half, for example, EOS Nights were deployed. You can see the growth. EOS Nights is now having about 5,000 daily active users, which is one of the best blockchain games right now. Finally, games and gambling. So I want to compare games and gambling because they are somewhat similar, and we can see in the first half of the year, games were crushing gambling. In the second, it's just vice versa. Why is that? Because on Ethereum, gambling experience was very, very poor. No one likes to roll the dice and wait 30 seconds to get the answer back. When EOS and Tron launched, this has changed, and it now allows a considerably better user experience for gambling. Well, for all the dApps, but gambling dApps were the first to adopt this technology. Now you can see the growth. It's really fascinating. And what's next? So it's pretty exciting. We have a few good names here. So Crypto Wars and Zombie Battleground. So we know they are using Loom technology, building all the games on the blockchain, not just assets. Gods and Chain, Major League Baseball Crypto, Blankos for Mythical Games, they will be speaking to. Sandbox, as Robbie was talking. So we have all these names, and they will all be coming this year. And, so the future is bright. Thank you.
Right, anyone have any questions about the data? Patrick.
In addition to Skirmantas' last slide where he was talking about games and gambling, so most of those gambling dApps that are out there, you can build them in a weekend. You can build them in a couple of days, in a week or two, so they are easily built, easily released, easily launched. The quality of those gambling dApps is not super high. There were a couple of successes, they spiked, and now there's a huge follow-up of those. And there's innovation. If you compare them, they're improving, they're doing things better. Whereby games, crypto games, building a good game, we all know it takes you a year. Balancing out a good game, or it takes you even longer. So there is a reasoning why this push in gambling dApps came all of a sudden with the blockchains, with EOS and Tron, and how it came so quickly, why people are riding this wave, and why it takes longer for good gaming dApps to appear and to find their way.
Yeah, that's kind of a very similar thing that happened with those Ponzi schemes, were the kind of gambling experience you could do on Ethereum, and that was all you could do. So you kind of saw that, didn't we, in the summer? Any other questions? I kind of have one, actually. So we use daily active users as our kind of metric for measuring activity. Is there anything better we can do? Because most daily active users obviously came from the free-to-play mobile space, where you're building these games that were free to play and had a very strong daily retention loop. Blockchain games don't have that. So I wonder, are we using the wrong terminology? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question, but
yeah, that's a pretty common and good question. So what you see here in my charts is number of wallets. We already made some filtering because I'm pretty sure you also mean bots and all those artificial data. So we take actions. The number you saw here, they are filtered already as much as we can. We are always improving. There can be improvements. For example, Loom network. To create an account on their games and use it normally, you need to do two-factor authentication. So that lowers the amount of bots of artificial data. So I guess we will get to the point where this will be the right metric. I mean, it is the best one that we see right now. I guess it will improve. I think so.
I think as a metric, it's within our industry, it's okay. It's obviously people will look at CryptoKitties and say, well, compared to Clash of Clans, because it's using DAUs as the obviously same kind of data, but obviously it's totally different in those two experiences. I wonder if we're kind of making ourselves look worse in the blockchain space by using a metric that makes those games look like they don't have many users. compared to a very different...
Yeah, we all need to understand that these numbers, well, the user that has done the transaction, he's like a paying user.
Like a payer.
Yeah. But it is changing with Loom, with EOS, with Tron. I mean, you can do kind of free transactions, so you don't necessarily are a payer.
Yeah.
When you come from the free-to-play space and you hear daily active users, these are people launching your app at least once. People that we call daily active users in the blockchain space are people spending money at least once. So we all know that free-to-play has, I don't know, a ratio of 1 to 100, 2 to 100 people spending. So theoretically, we should be taking the daily active users times 100.
Well, I think maybe we start talk about daily active payers is a better term to use. Anyway, that was just one of my bugbears. Right, any other questions? You have a question? No, you were just...
Just one thing on the topic.
Yes.
It's a discussion we've had with OpenSea as well, how to measure metrics of engagement of dApps and blockchain gaming. We should try to implement the same metrics like DAU, MAU, up, down, rather than just like wallets are just accounts. Like how do you track people just based on single accounts, and how do you measure free to play versus totally freemium approach? Is one of the key questions.
Cool. Good.
Yeah, I mean, I can say we are definitely looking into another metrics. And I'm pretty sure we will soon provide these different kind of metrics. It will allow you to choose the one you are best suited with. Yeah.